Hello there, and welcome to the Muse Talk. My name is Gadede Segbefia. I call this my safe space where I get to speak with artists, get to understand their craft, how it started, what the future looks like for them. The Muse Talk is powered by the Muse Hub and brought to you by Lenore Thrift. She hooked me up with this beautiful shirt. So just call the number on your screen and just call her for your corporate words. Trust me, she does magic with a palazzo. Two pieces, her suits, care suits, trust suit, whatever you want to look dope in that office. She is your girl. You can also hook up with her on social media at Lenore_Thrift. Let's take a quick break. When we come back, I introduce my guest.
Hello, my name is Philippa, and you are watching the Muse Talk. Stay tuned.
Hello, this is Gringo Ubeba Utinku. This is the Muse Talk. Catch you live.
So our elders say you cannot convince a fly that honey is sweeter than physics. You are watching the Muse Talk.
Yo, what's up? My name is Natty Ugly, NATTYOGLI, and you're watching the Muse Talk, Molly.
Welcome back. It's still the Muse Talk. In case you just joined us, don't worry. I just got started. My guest is all seated in the studio. He's a filmmaker, a very calm one. He goes by the name Enoch Sowah. Hi.
Hi, Gadede. How you doing?
I'm good. Welcome.
Great.
Are you always
Thank you.
this calm?
No, I'm not.
Really?
Yeah, actually, it depends on where I am and how long I've known the people I'm around.
So it is me that you've been forming
Yeah,
calm.
I think, yeah, I'm sure.
But why? I want to see the other side.
It takes a while and then it kicks in.
Really? It's taking too long.
And I promise. Maybe on the next meeting or the next two meetings, I'm sure, yeah, the funky side of me will be.
Because I really want to see them.
Yeah,
because you look funky right now.
Oh, actually, I am. Yeah.
You are? Okay.
Yeah,
I'm waiting for that.
Sure thing.
Patiently. Welcome
Awesome.
to the Muse Talk.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, actually.
It's okay. It's okay. And I'm glad you're here because I know you have a pretty busy schedule.
Yeah, actually.
So you meet time and I'm grateful.
Sure thing. For anything for you.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
Sure thing.
Okay, great. Anything for me. Don't say that though. It
something
could be dangerous.
Something is for you. Something is for you.
Okay.
Something is for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what do you do as a filmmaker?
Oh, okay.
On a daily?
On a daily, I think the very first thing I can talk about is my writing, right?
Okay.
Yeah. I'm an active writer because I'm the type of person like I'm driving and I see something and it's a scenario in a movie for me. So I'm mostly jotting down little things that piece together for maybe like a film, like a part of a film or a part of a short film or a documentary. So the writing is primary. And then I think the next thing I do actively is directing. Yeah, because I see myself directing every project I write because, like I'm writing, but I'm watching the thing in my head. And I feel like I'm the best person to interpret whatever it is that I'm putting in writing. So, yeah, majority of my writings I direct. And I sometimes direct other people's projects as well. And then from there, I guess I'm a producer because I have...
You don't
So
do it as
I don't do it
much.
as much. Yeah, it's because I have the equipment. I have the equipment at home. I have cameras and lenses and lights and sound equipment and stuff. So I mean, people go like, "Oh, I need your help for a project."
Okay.
So automatically, I'm moving my equipment to your set, and that makes me a producer automatically. Yeah. But most of the time, I'm either writing and directing or shooting and editing.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
So you're one of those writers who live what they write. Like it's an everyday thing for you. You don't write things out of the ordinary.
I actually write things out of the ordinary because I can say 50% of my projects are not ordinary, and I feel
Fiction?
fiction,
Okay.
and I feel like I'm not ready to produce those type of writings because the type of setting I'm looking at and the type of professionalism I'm looking at investing into those films, I don't think I'm ready for that. Yeah, so I'm focusing more on experimental projects, things that are more practical, things I can wrap my hands around, call a few people, and I know we can execute.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm writing fictionals, I'm writing nonfiction, but for now I'm doing majority experimental films, things I know that I can control. I can control the ins and outs, from beginning to end. Yeah, so that's what I'm doing majority now.
That's interesting.
So,
But you're an actor as well.
yeah, I'm an actor.
How do you blend all those different areas?
All right, so I'm just I have a couple of projects I'm supposed to like lead. That's just about two or three, right? And then I'm done with my acting career. So what I'm doing, yeah. So what I'm doing mostly right now is maybe I write a story, and I mostly just give myself cameo roles. Like I'll just feed myself in a small corner, deliver or have a conversation with somebody, and I'm gone. Yeah, that's what I'm doing actively now. Yes, yes. I think that's it. But I wouldn't call myself a seasoned actor. Like I don't want to be on screen as much as I want to be behind the
Behind it,
camera.
okay.
Yeah, yeah.
But is that the only reason why you're going to be ending your acting career soon?
All right. So this is what happened. About 6 years ago, right? I was torn between doing a lot of stuff. Like I was writing, I was shooting myself, I was editing, I was acting, and I felt like it was a little too much because it was it was hindering the progress of my productions. Sometimes I want to act right, and I'm not getting somebody who would man the camera like the way I want it to be manned, or I'm not getting somebody to direct the way I want it to be directed. But here I am on the screen. So then I was like, okay, let me give up on acting and just focus on being behind the camera. I tried that, it was working, but I still felt like, okay, so people need to know sometimes I act. People need to know like I used to be an actor. And that's when I started fixing myself in between roles. And I actually wrote three projects specifically for me.
For you,
And I
okay.
feel like once I'm done with those three roles,
You're
yeah,
done.
I can call it quits, or maybe I can change my mind later.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Maybe I would want to play a role with you in a film. Would you be up for it?
I, I don't,
Even after your acting career?
I would gladly embrace that. Gladly,
Okay, okay,
yeah. It
that's
would be a
nice.
dream come true. Yeah,
So
yeah.
writing,
Mm-hmm.
directing,
Mm-hmm.
acting.
Yeah.
What did I leave out?
Producing,
Producing,
cinematography,
cinematography,
editing,
editing.
yeah,
Which one is your favorite?
directing.
Why directing?
Um, anytime I'm directing, right, I feel in place. I feel in control. I feel, I feel, I feel like a chef that's making food,
Okay.
and I feel like I'm the best person who knows my recipe, right? Yeah. So anytime I put myself in my directing shoes, I feel most comfortable. I don't feel under pressure. I don't feel like I need to impress anybody. Like I feel like I'm home. Like that's my space. That's my own
Okay.
space. Yeah. So directing amongst all my hats is my favorite. Yeah, it's my favorite. And I feel like if I have to rate myself in all these categories, I may score like a 9 or 10 when it comes to directing. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
So as a
directing top set.
director,
Yeah.
do you think that
Mm-hmm.
anybody or everybody can be directed to kill a role? I
Yes.
say that
Yes.
yes.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
I'm
Even if the person is an actor or not.
yes.
Okay.
Yes, because I've seen movies where like I know the actor is good and flawless, but most of the time I feel like they were either miscast or the direction didn't just do it, you know. And I feel that happens mostly when directors are working with seasoned actors and they feel like, oh, this guy is good, right? And so they try to give them a leeway to do their own things. And at the end of the day, they are either overacting or like going off their
Or
character.
not doing it with so much.
Exactly. So I mean, as a director, as a very good director, you can work with literally anybody, as long as they see the character in the person, right? You can literally work with anybody. Yeah, work with
Now,
anybody.
that's the reason why I asked that
Mm-hmm.
question. You know, our industry here in
Yeah,
Ghana,
yeah.
people go like, "Oh, the actors are not good." Da, 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 da. Well, I think every department in the industry
Mm-hmm.
has a problem. But
Mm-hmm.
people go like, "Oh, we don't have
No,
actors."
we do. We actually have
But
great
you
actors.
still see the same Ghanaian actors
Mm-hmm.
in other
Excelling,
places
right?
excelling.
It's
So
a directing
it's
problem.
it's
Yeah,
confusing.
it's a
I'm like,
directing
is it the
problem.
director?
Yeah, it's a directing problem. I just watched a movie on Netflix yesterday. I couldn't even watch 20 minutes into the film, and this movie
You
has
want to
like
share the movie or not?
I,
It's
I would
fine.
I would want I'll give you a clue.
Okay.
So it's a third installment. It's a Nigerian film, and the one of the leads in the film is like the director of the film, and they assembled Avengers. Like I mean, the cast are like amazing. These are industry people who have been in the industry for like quite a long time, and they have garnered experiences, and they have produced like amazing films. But the movie I'm talking about is the third installment of the
I
film,
know what movie
and
you're
like
talking about.
it was that bad. Like it was that bad, and it was a directing problem. I started watching the film from how the film took off, from the scenarios, and mostly when I'm watching a film and I can predict what happens next, it's a bad film for me. Yeah, as a writer, anytime I watch a film, like if you watch movies, like if you're close to me and we watch films together, like I'm always predicting how the film is going to end or what's going to happen next. Or and sometimes I'm impressed if it matches. Sometimes I'm not, because if it's too predictable, like it's just a turn off for me. And I couldn't watch 20 minutes of this film. Yeah, and it's a totally directing problem.
I think I know the movie.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I don't think I liked it too at a point. I was like wondering, okay, they always compare us to these people.
Yeah.
What am I looking out for?
Yeah,
It's okay. It's
it's a numbers thing.
Yeah. But again, about what you said about you predicting what is going to happen in the film makes it sort of a bad film. It sometimes, don't you think it could be a good story, just that probably you're just smart at predicting what happens.
I made that statement in two directions, right? So the first, I said sometimes if I'm able to predict the film, like if I'm able to predict the direction it's going to go into, it impresses me, because that's okay. So let me tell you a portion of the film, right? So these people go into a house, like I mean, they just cut to a scene where they're in a house of like a minister, right? And they have guns everywhere, like, and I'm like, a friend of mine was like, they didn't show where they came in and blasting the place, and I'm like, no, hold on, this is good. But if they exit the building and I'm not seeing bodies lying down to tell us that when they came in with force, bad movie. And to my surprise, they stepped out and I saw bodies, and I was like, okay, all right, this section of it is fine. And then they just went on to disappoint me, with a few things. So I mean, sometimes I predict and it's good because that's how I see it from a writer's perspective. But sometimes, like it's just too ordinary. Yeah, and it doesn't, like, I mean, the suspense in it, right, and the thought process. You see, thought process is a very important thing. Most people write, like, for instance, you're sitting here, right, and somebody knocks the door. So naturally, you're supposed to get up and go to the door and open the door, right? But then a good writer or a good director, let's just take to a writer now. A good writer would go into a thought process, right? Is she pregnant? If she's pregnant, if she gets up from the couch, she needs to adjust herself, take a breather before she walks. Is he a rowdy person? If he's rowdy, he needs to get up in a way and walk to the door. Is he calm? But then standardly, the basic writer would just say, so somebody knocks the door, if you can define or you can describe how the person moves from the couch to the door based on the person's character, that gives you, like, like an edge as a better writer. So those are some of the things I'm talking about.
Since we are talking about film, and we took it from a particular point, I'm just going to ask you this very difficult question.
Okay, cool.
What is the difference between a Nigerian movie and a Ghanaian movie? Because I was having a conversation with a friend, and sometimes I just think the Nigerians are good at promoting the film.
Okay.
Because sometimes you watch the film and it's sometimes basic. So what exactly is our problem in this industry?
We have two problems. Our first problem is we are afraid to try. We are afraid to try. Cool. So when I started talking, I told you I have this crazy idea, like this crazy concepts, but then here I am afraid to invest into it. I haven't even started the project. I'm already afraid of the time I'll have to invest into it, the money I have to invest into it. The aid I think I need. If it was a Nigerian, like, all a Nigerian needs is a script, and that's how come sometimes they end up making bad films, because all they actually need is a script. They know who to call and make things happen. Nigerians have the numbers. Nigerians have the support. There's a whole estate that was built for filmmakers to, like, if you want to shoot a movie, you can just walk there, and there's a property you can use
for free.
And sometimes not for free, but referrals. Sometimes you can get a referral, you can get it for free. But I can be very honest with you. One of my biggest challenges as a film maker in Ghana right here is location.
Yeah, it's very expensive.
Yes, like, and it's crazy. I mean, sometimes you even have an aunt who has a big house or who has a house you want, and even to get the place to get access to the place to film is a problem. You get it. So sometimes some of these things, like, it's not about money. It's not about experience. It's not about expertise. Because if that's the conversation, I feel like Ghanaians, like I can mention top names in Ghana here who are absolutely amazing. They're making beautiful films, better than Nigerian films. But Nigerians are risk takers. And Nigerians will take a script, they read whether it makes sense or not. Like they just want
And
to
they'll
put
make
people
it
together and
happen.
make it
They'll
happen,
promote it.
promote it, make it happen. And of course, production is going to be like a their productions is always top notch. So if you're not like a proper film person, you watch a film and you be carried away by the stars you are seeing in the movie, the production quality, the props and locations, and you may hardly pay attention to story and detail, which is very important,
Yeah.
right? And I feel like in Ghana here, when we make a film, like I'm talking about our people in the forefront, when they make a film, they take their time and they pay attention to detail better than the Nigerians do. Yeah, I've hardly watched Ghanaian films where I feel like, oh, really I'm cool, some of the films, but then most Nigerian films people make noise about, most Nigerian films that people are crazy about don't impress me. Yes, most of them. So I feel like Nigerians are in the forefront because one, they have the numbers, two, they have the mouth to back it. Like I mean, they have the action to back the words are there, and then they have an industry that is ready to support like filmmakers of any category. Yeah, so small will get there. The Ghanaian film industry is not dead though. It's not dead.
So what is it?
No, it's not dead. Like, so there's a new generation of filmmakers in Ghana here. I've seen what you've done, Gadede. And like me and Fiber, we are more like partners right now. I've seen what Fiber is doing. So I mean, it's not a bad investment to try to make films with some of these people because you and Fiber did Gunshot. I think before I met Fiber, I saw Gunshot, right? And I was like, this is amazing. That's a good film. And if I ask you to tell me the budget for that film right now, like I mean, yeah, it was close to nothing,
Yeah, it was close
but it's
to
still a good film.
nothing,
So
yeah.
a film doesn't have to be a film that was made on like an enormous budget. A good film is a film that had great characters, great delivery, and an average story. You don't even need the best story to make a good film. Just an average story. How you tell the story is what makes the difference. You get it. So honestly, the Ghanaian film industry is not dead. It's just a matter of the new generation of filmmakers, to hold the mantle properly and make things happen. Yeah, because most of our films are doing well in festivals and stuff. You get it. So
Yeah, it's
yeah,
true.
there's a wave coming in. I believe in the next couple of years, like Charlie, will blast the whole place.
Yeah.
Promise.
But the way you talk about filmmaking so passionately and reading your bio, knowing that you did something from sciences in
Yeah,
school,
yeah.
I'm trying to understand how filmmaking then started for you.
Okay, cool. So this is where it all started. At 14 years, right? No, it was 13. I was 13 years, and then I used to go to school, this private school, GHS in Teshin, called Sam Preparatory. So my proprietor had a son. He was way older than me. His name was David, and like he took me in, like he mentored me from when I was very young. I mean, these guys, there were two, Edwin and David. They taught me to play basketball. Like I was speaking pidgin as little as 11 years. Like they were dada bees, and I got the privilege to get close to them. So David introduced me to the national. He took me to the National Theatre. I found what was a thing in the day. So he took me to the National Theatre after he had put me in a room and he had coached me on how to present for like a couple of hours. So we went to National Theatre and I auditioned to be an MC for Fan World. And like I was picked.
Okay.
So I went for the following month to audition again. And this all happened in 2004. So I went the following month to audition again. I was picked. So I was picked 3 times in a row. And then I was made a permanent MC because like I don't remember how good I was, but like everybody around me was like very appreciative of what I was doing, and like I was almost like a child celeb back in the day. Yes. So it was my days in the National Theatre.
Okay.
There was this man, Harry School Drama Group.
I heard of that.
Yes, Harry, Mr. Harry. Anytime, like, because I was the permanent MC, I didn't rehearse or audition anymore. I just had to be there so I can see all the acts, all the performance. And one of the key highlights of the auditions and then the rehearsals and all that was the acting and drama performances. I would watch this man direct. I would watch this actors perform on stage, and like it slowly started to dawn on me. Like I started to fall in love with the whole acting and directing process, and that's how it started. So, I mean, after 2004, where I did Farnworld back to back and I did Kidder Fest. The following year, that was 2005, National Theatre went on renovation. And I went to high school in the same year, so I couldn't come back to Farnworld because I was a bit older, too old to, go back to it. But it started there, and then I started building on it. I was writing at a very young age. At 11 years, my classmates, my mom used to put together like A4 sheets, cut them out into small pieces, and then cut a cardboard. I used to do that myself. So I make like a small booklet, right? And then she'll stitch the middle for me, and I'll just write things off the charts from my head, yeah, and I'll pass it around for my classmates to read. So that was when my creative process started. So when I went to National Theatre to do Fun World, like it was like I was pushed into a whole different dimension. I started seeing things differently. You get it, and that's how it started. So after senior high school, my mom wanted me to go to NAFTI, but at that time I felt like I knew enough, right? Because at that time I had self-taught myself to shoot, to edit, and all those things. In my area like this, when they wanted to shoot a cipher, like, or a film or a skit or something, as young as I was 16, I was shooting things and editing back in the day. So I grew into it. At the same time, I loved computers. So I was torn between two decisions. The left path was going to take me to like an IT path, like I would focus on IT, and the second path was to totally focus on film. Then my 18-year self was like, oh, you're already doing well with film. You don't need to go to school to learn film and things. So just keep self-learning. But then you cannot really self-learn, to graphic design, to website development, to program and all that. So then I had to go to school and do statistics in Koforidua Polytechnic, which had a bit of computer science. I did CCNA, I was doing basically IT stuff. But while I was in school in Koforidua, I was still shooting stuff. Yeah, I was still doing stuff. So yeah, so I professionally I went through an IT path, but then I was doing film on the side, and I was self-learning to do film. I was self-learning to direct, self-learning to shoot myself and all that. So
I think that's a smart one.
Yeah,
That's a smart one. We take a quick break. When we come back, we're still here with Enoch.
sure.
Okay.
I didn't know that there was a thing like actual writing. I was just writing them down.
What can we do to put Ghana films on the market, international market?
If you ask me,
now
who I go ask? I don't know why. Because of one, attitudinal issues. Two, everybody's tired.
Are you still vegetarian?
I'm not a vegetarian. I'm a virgin.
Don't forget to like, comment, share, and do not forget to subscribe. Welcome back. It's still the Muse Talk, and I've been having a very interesting conversation with Enoch Sowah. He's a filmmaker, and trust me, the way he talks about filmmaking, it's so passionate. And this is the, I don't know what to call it, segment where you're going to answer 5 questions, and when you are done, you invite someone on the show.
Okay.
That's how come Fiber invited you on the show.
Yeah. And I still hate him for that though.
Why?
Yeah,
well, I am grateful you're here.
Oh, okay. Then I love him for that. I love him for that.
Okay.
All right.
So please pick your very first question.
Okay. All right.
I can read it for you.
Okay, please do.
If you have to answer them.
I will. Fiber, I noticed Fiber wasn't answering his questions. I was so mad.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll try to do better.
Fiber likes doing that. Okay, so this
better.
one. Okay, this is a very new one. It says, "Have you ever cheated on someone?"
Have I ever cheated?
Yeah.
Like
have you ever cheated someone?
Cheated someone.
Yeah.
So one of the things I can hold myself in high esteem about is loyalty, right? Like, I'm a pleaser. Okay. So I'm always concerned about what people think, and because of that, like, it guides my conscience a lot. So to cheat them, I'm sure I have, like, yeah, but then to really disappoint somebody by cheating on them, I doubt I have.
Okay, yeah. That's interesting.
Yeah.
I'm a pleaser sounded different in my ear, but let's move
on.
Oh,
no, not like that.
Okay,
here you go.
Then explain you're a pleaser.
Okay, I will. So by being a pleaser, like, I always want people, there are people who go like, I don't care what people think about me. I don't care what people say about me. Yeah. I do.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's important.
Yeah.
Do you see yourself getting married in the future?
Oh, I'm actually already married.
Yes, so I was about to say you're already. So This is a bonus question. You take
Okay.
another one.
Sure. Okay, here you go.
And then this one says, what is the craziest thing you've ever done on a trip?
Hmm.
Think hard. I know you've done crazy things.
Yeah.
For you to tell me you have a funky side.
Crazes. Crazes. Okay, cool. So my school dad, right, is contesting for parliamentaries in somewhere at Chiansi. So we went. I went as a documentary guy for him. I did videos that day, and that evening we went out to have fun, and I was drunk, like I was totally wasted. And
How? Are you not going to work?
no, we had finished working. So
Okay,
me
so
and the
you're
boys,
just
yeah, we
chilling.
went out to chill, and like I was wasted, and here I was like speeding from a stretch, right? And then 5 seconds to impact, I saw this police barrier, and I stopped. They stopped me, and then we like it was a very heated argument. Like we were doing backs and forth, and then 10 minutes later, me and this same police set were back at the same place. I got drunk, and we're having booze and like we're having fun and stuff. And like it was actually a very crazy night. Like if I have to really really detail how it happened, I was supposed to end up in jail. Like I was supposed to go to jail that night, but then I wouldn't explain how. But 10 minutes later, me and the same set of people, yeah, we were chilling. We're back at the place and we're chilling.
But
Yeah.
please don't drink and drive.
That was my last
We
time.
need
actually.
you alive.
That was the last time.
Thank you very much. And this one says, what is the strangest food combination you ever tried and enjoyed? Are you a foodie?
Yeah. I'm not like a
Do you like to try
glutton, but
new stuff?
yeah, I do. So I have done jollof rice with stew, okay, and beans on the side with plantain.
Okay.
Yes, that's a weird combination. Mostly people will do plain rice with beans. Yeah, but I do jollof with stew and then beans and plantain and maybe
the
an
oil
egg.
and things.
Yes, so the beans will come like it's two separate meals.
Two separate meals.
Yeah, and I
but
bring
you
them
eat it
together. Yeah.
You jumble it together
Yes.
in a bowl.
No, I don't. So the jollof
It's on the side.
half of the plate with meat and whatever it comes with, and the beans with the palm oil mixed. Half of the no gari, half of the plate. Then there's plantain and egg.
Wow.
It's actually really nice. You need to try it.
Yeah, but the palm oil combination with the cooking oil.
You would love it. I promise you. Okay. One of these days I'll take you to my spot.
Don't promise me, oh.
I'll take you to my spot. You'll like it. I promise you.
What is the worst way you could possibly get fired?
From work?
Yes, let's say you're working on a project and then you get fired. What is the worst way you could possibly get fired?
Okay, I think I could get fired because we finished shooting. I went home. I didn't empty the card, and then we went to another set, and I shot over the film we shot. Yeah, I'll get fired for that. I do that a lot.
Why did you?
I'm forgetful.
You're forgetful.
Yeah, I'm always jumbling a lot of stuff. So yeah, and that's
And doesn't it mess up with your work? Yeah,
so I have people going on the time like we close from set, and I have people calling me and going like, "Have you copied the stuff? Have you done a backup?" And I'll go like, "Yes, but I haven't." Before I'll actually jump to my PC to empty the drive.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I'll get fired for negligence.
Date with female celebrity. Who will it be?
Okay, so my wife has always known I've always had a crush on Nadia Bari. She's always angry when I say that, but Nadia Bari.
But girl is fine.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I've always had a crush on her since I was like very little.
But have you met her?
No, I haven't.
You should meet her
one
of these days.
I will.
I mean, you're in the industry.
Yeah. I actually see that happening very soon. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So who would you invite on the show? Just look at that.
Oh, okay. There. So just one person, right?
Yeah. Oh, okay. you have more than one.
Yeah, I have two people. I have two people in mind. So there's Sarah.
What does she do?
Oh, Sarah is a filmmaker. She's a partner. And then there's Ernest. Ernest is my main partner and my main production partner. Like we run Spot Detail and Berryman Lens Studios together, like we do stuff together. So yeah, he's actually the one whose project I'm working on right now. Yeah, so Ernest and Sarah.
So you can say that to the camera.
Ernest, Sarah. Ernest and Sarah. Abna Koblin, you and Berryman Lens. Yeah. So,
so Ernest and Sarah, you heard it yourself. So please do clear your schedule for me when I reach out. Okay, it's just going to take some 30 minutes and you're good to go.
Sure thing.
So let's talk about 48-hour film.
Yes.
I saw that and I was amazed by it. I don't know whether I saw right, but you're not supposed to cut. You're supposed to go like that.
The film.
Mm-hmm. Are you supposed to cut?
Yeah.
Because I saw other people. You could cut.
Yeah.
So why did other people film theirs
They took
like
the
that?
easy way out.
Okay.
Yeah, they
Because
took
it
the
didn't.
because there was not
produce a
enough
very
time.
good- yeah.
Yeah. So that was our second time winning. So
Mhm. And congratulations
yeah,
on
yeah.
that.
So the first one was in 2021, and I produced Big Trouble in Little Bukum with one of my star girls, Beautiful Obolo. Yeah, so we won that one, and then the immediate one was with Fiber. Fiber was my lead with Hilka, and then Ernest, and then Mr. M, and then Charles. So it was a cast of 5. So per what you say, the film has, I mean, the competition has been organized in a way that you have less than 48 hours to write, to shoot, to edit, and then to submit, right? So most people would likely take the easy way out. They'll just go to a location and they shoot continuously. And
But
then,
you can cheat, right? You can have an old story and then say you just wrote it.
so this is what happens. They make sure you can't cheat.
How?
This is it. So on Friday, on the kickoff event, that is on a Friday at 5 p.m. You are supposed to, like what's that thing called? Like a wheel, a wheel of chance. So you spin the wheel, and then when you spin the wheel, you're supposed to pick. The wheel is going to land on a category or a genre of a film.
Okay.
All right. So they have about 20 genres. There's action, there's drama, there's a child film, there's a feminist film. Like there's a whole bunch of them. So we chose drama as a category or as a genre, and then we're supposed to choose a second category, which landed on a buddy film. So now your film is supposed to be a drama that has people who are like two people who are close, like either people who became friends or are already friends or something. So this will eliminate whether you have whatever story you have. This is almost eliminating most of your elements, right? And then you're supposed to pick 3 elements, which is a dialogue, a line of dialogue in the film, right? And then you're supposed to have a character name, right? And then a prop. And they give you all these 3 things, and they are supposed to be in your film, right?
Okay.
And one thing I noticed is most people, like I was saying, a good director knows how to let somebody get up from the couch to the door by knowing their character. Now, what I noticed most of them do is like they're just throwing the name, they're just throwing the prop, and then they're just throwing the line of dialogue. Yeah, but someone like me, I go into a thought process, and before I even started, I wanted to shoot a period film. I wanted my film to be different, and I'm like, okay, everybody's gonna shoot. Maybe some people will shoot action, but everything is gonna be modern. So I wanted to do a period film to set my film aside.
Okay.
Right. So before on that Friday, I had already gone shopping at Cantamanton buying because I wanted to shoot a film that was set somewhere in 1950s. So I went buying old costumes, like buying wigs for Afro and stuff. So that I didn't know whatever story I was gonna do, but I had it in mind that whatever the story is gonna be, it's gonna be a period film, right? So that set my story as like different from the rest of the producers. So yeah, so we picked the genres, we picked the elements. The next day on Saturday, we shot the whole day. We burned candles. We edited all day. Sunday morning, by 2 p.m. we're done. Around 4, we had submitted. And then the event itself, we picked best director. We picked about 5 awards plus the main award, which is the overall best film. So I feel like we actually made a very good film.
Yeah, that was really good. Now you have a film that will be premiering soon with Fiber in it.
Yeah.
Could you tell us about it
So
briefly?
you remember the last AIF? You were there, right? Not the last 2 years. Last year, 2023 AIF.
I think so.
Okay.
I think so.
Okay. So Fiber and I, we are supposed to work on this project next month or March, titled "A Man, a Woman, a Problem." That's like our first major film. But before that, we wanted to do some experimental films, right? We have about 4 experimental films we're showing, and the first of which is Dancing Flames. That's what we're here to premiere. Yeah. So what happened with Dancing Flames is the last day of AIF, I saw something and I was like, yo, I just got this funny idea. Like, it looks good in my ear. My ear. Let me share it with you. So we talked about, I gave him the synopsis of the project, and it was like, let's do this. So in a week, script was ready, costumes were ready, everything. We put everybody together, and then we shot Dancing Flames. And Dancing Flames will be premiering at the National Theatre, hopefully last Friday in February, and then we'll do another premiere at Legon University, and then the film will be submitted for festivals. Yeah, so
That's
yeah,
interesting. That's really interesting. Now, as a director or a
yeah.
filmmaker, how do you handpick your cast?
All right, so like I was telling you, I'm primarily doing experimental films right now. I have tons of them, about 30 experimental films. These are mostly come to me through dreams or life experiences, right? So I have like a lot of them. Now, with these films, I pick a film and I know the people around me. Like I have people around who are actors, who are in the industry and stuff. So I pick a personality and then I place them in cast.
Mhm.
Yeah, one of the things I believe I'm very good at is casting, because yeah, I've seen films that didn't do well because the right person didn't play the right role. Yeah, but I think one of my good feats is I know who would best fit into a role. Yeah, so most of these films, as I'm writing, I have somebody in mind. But with my major projects, most of them, the people I feel like I need to fill a particular role, I would have to, like do like an audition or something, or a casting process to make sure that these four options, this one is the better one.
Okay.
Yeah, but then for now, with most of my shots and stuff, I'll give you a call, Gadede. I have something I feel like it's going to suit you. Like I'm writing it for you. So if you're interested, I send you the screenplay, and if you feel like this is something you want to jump on, then we work on it.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Now, what are your final words? We have to.
Well, it's still my final words revolve around the fact that the industry is dead still, because I don't believe our industry is dead. Like, I mean, I'm a young producer, right? And I have the equipment. Like, I have a red camera, I have a black magic, I have a Sony camera, like all cinematic cameras, and um, I have lighting systems, I have sound systems, I have colleagues in the industry who are ready to help work. So the next things that we are looking at is the energy and the commitment. You get it?
Yeah.
Because once these things, the production equipment are there, the next thing is the people who are willing and ready to connect and make it happen, right? So if people actually believe that the Ghanaian film industry is dead, then we should have, little access to equipment. We should have little or no proper access in the industry. We should have people who are not film, you know, enthusiasts, right? But then these people are all over the place. So I feel like we just need to kill the notion that the film industry is dead. And most people are doing that because, they are looking at the immediate financial relief. And film is an investment, right? People need to see you and know that you are excellent at what you're doing. And it's at that point that they're going to pay for your service or want to invest into you. Yeah. So I feel like we just need to be patient. We just need to invest our time. We need to connect more, network more, and then make things happen. In a year or two, we'll revive the industry. I believe that.
Sure, I believe that too,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I have met amazing
Yeah,
actors.
me too.
And
Yeah, yeah.
I do not also think it's dead. I
No, it's
just
not.
think people need an opportunity.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To
Totally.
excel.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
Thank you
Totally.
so
Thank you.
much.
Thank you,
I
Gary,
think
for having me.
I have enjoyed
Yeah, me too.
our
Me
short
too. Me too.
moments.
Thank you.
I
Thank
wish we
you.
had.
It will happen again.
I
It will
know.
happen
I
again.
know.
Yeah. I'll be
I
back on
know.
season 2 and 3 and 4
Yeah,
and
this is
5.
season 2, so 3, 4, 5.
So 3, 4, 5. Yeah.
Yeah, and then we'll be talking
Okay.
about our big
Sure
project and
thing.
how it
Sure thing. How
went.
it happened and all that.
Yeah.
Sure thing.
Thank you
Sure
so
thing.
much for coming
Thank you for
in.
having me.
Thank
Thank you
you
for having
so
me.
much.
Thank you.
And thank you too for joining in our conversation. I had a very interesting one with Enoch Sowah. He's a filmmaker, and trust me, he's doing amazing things. It's the Muse Talk. My name is Gadede Segbefia, and it was powered by the Muse Hub and sponsored by Lineal Thrift. You can check out their contacts down there on the screen. Just call them and they'll hook you up with some amazing corporate wares just so you look amazing in that office. You can also link up with them on social media at Lenore_Thrift. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and do not forget to subscribe. Thank you and bye bye.